good people there. In this very government, there are very holy people there. In this very government, there are people who are doing their best every day. Officials, as if they are all, which is not true. Which is not true.
Well, now, across Boya and across the world, if you're just tuning in, this is a special edition of Mountain Acorn. Well, we are getting into it, and I think that I am becoming
about the presidential elections. And when the bishops wrote about the presidential elections, me and my communication service had posts that I was sending out every day. Every day to try to form the conscience. Well, under lockdown, and under the lockdown, which means that in some areas in the northwest and the southwest region, people could not vote. Places were assigned on 202, and out of the 307. So the observers, and of course, from the results, the people who went out, they gave information. How the elections were organized, how things moved on, which the observers thought that was not proper. There were polling stations on the field. When these reports were given by our own friends, who is the head of this commission, wrote out what our observers, because we are not silent. We are on the spot. And we try to make sure that what we have to do as our moral responsibility for the good. And we are not going to hear things changed along the line, I mean, from the opinion, from what we have. And this concept of and statistics can talk about that. We don't have it. We don't have it. But we know that there is a possibility that there is an avalanche of messages that are coming in. People are reacting, and they need their concerns. Before we go in with more questions, I think that we should also look at what people are saying, and we're encouraging the audience to send as much as they can. Send your contributions, and we'll definitely be talking with the bishop. This is when they met with him before the election. What were some of these recommendations, and were there any suggestion that the Biya government wasn't helping Cameroonians to meet the development goal of 2035 by the same government? That's a question. Like, what were the recommendations, and was there anyone that suggested that the Biya government wasn't helping Cameroonians to meet development goal of 2035? And the person has decided not to send the name. Well, we're encouraging every viewer to, if you're contributing, please be man enough to send your name. But from previous text messages that this same person has been sending over DMR TV, we can intimate that his name is Felix Diko from Muya. So reading the previous text messages. So Felix Diko has asked that question. I don't know if I should read more and then you react collectively. Or? One, so it goes to big. I mean, I have mentioned two documents. The message of the bishops at the end of the 48th annual seminar of bishops of Cameroon that took place in Boya. If he wants a copy, we can send him the copy. I've also spoken about the pastoral letter on the elections that was done on the 25th of March 2025. So if his concern is that area, let him look at these two documents to get the details of what we said inside. And if he doesn't have, he could send his number, and you have the documents, yes, you forward to him.
Yes, ma'am. I think that, Mr. Tiko, that answers your question. Good evening, my Lord Bishop Michael Bibi. My name is Marcel, and I'm watching you from Bamenda.
in your conscience, that is in the overwhelming result in favor. Okay, in your conscience, do you believe in the overwhelming result in favor of President Paul Biya in the Southwest region? That's the first question. And do you actually believe that President Paul Biya won the election, given the information at your disposal? It's coming from Marcel, writing from Birmingham.
At my disposal, as far as elections are concerned, at the information that the Constitutional Council gave out. No other person sent us information or sent me information. As far, I was not part of a LECAM, neither was I part of the Constitutional Council. The only results that I know, results came from this person here, this year, and all the rest. The only official results that I have and that I saw, like all of us did, brought out. So, if what they brought out shows that he won the elections, then he won the elections. If there's another person who thinks that there are other results, and because these are things that, those other results, I cannot give my head for it, because I can they can go to court. If there are other results that are contested, and they
go to court again because the Constitutional Council has declared. The Constitutional Council is the biggest court of the land.
Facts about the result from what was presented, we're told that Paul Biya won the election. Right. And he is talking from the Northwest. I think he won in the Northwest nearly in all.
Talk about, do you believe about the results of the
elections so they can
owing to the security concerns? Yes. So we're wondering where they came from. Well, you're giving him.
I'm giving him. That's his opinion,
yes,
and I'm saying that I cannot, Yannick, I cannot say that those people voted or did not vote because I was not there. But from the statistics that they said they voted. So anyone to not. How do you want the bishop to get that information?
Be the moral voice of the voiceless. You can be able to look. You can easily decipher between. And
what do you mean? That has nothing to do with the moral voice.
Well, I'm just saying maybe from the expectations,
that is the person's opinion. We don't do million and one opinion.
Right.
So we don't deal with opinions of people. The document is showing that people voted in Batibo. I was not there in Batibo. I don't know how to vote. So it is those who are in Batibo and those who conducted the elections there that should be held responsible if people were not there and they had 5,000.
Right.
Oh, people were there and they were not up to that number and that number came up. So whoever was the person in charge in that area should take responsibility, Yannick.
Right.
Yes.
My Lord, we have many questions and we still have some questions to pose to you. Time is really a factor now. Greetings, my Lord. Thank you, my Lord, for taking time to share with us. My worry is the post-election of other countries. It appears
Other countries, their reality is not our reality.
they do make some stern proclamations.
They made stern proclamations. Their reality is not our reality.
Right.
So these proclamations that I have told you about, were they not stern proclamations?
They were.
So what is it? We
The people-
spoke from what we saw. People cannot pressurize us to say what their mindset is. If they have a mindset and they have issues, let them say it.
No, they feel
that Yes.
the church should speak for them.
The church should
has
speak
the
from them.
authority
The
to
church
speak.
does not speak from the air. The church speaks from the reality. And if the reality is not there, what do you want the church to say? Does the church have any statistics to show that another person won? The church does not. So what you don't know, then you cause harm. So it is yes, we've heard that people, Oscar Romero, we have heard about these people there, and different Episcopal conferences.
Congo and Malawi,
Every
Episcopal
nation,
Conference declared.
Every nation have their particular situation. If the church in those nations had statistics and information that warranted them to do what they did, bravo, congratulations. But I'm telling you that, how do you expect me? Maybe say the Bishop of Boya, I'm not talking here about the Episcopal, I'm not representing the Episcopal Conference of Cameroon. I'm talking here as the Bishop of Boya. I'm talking here as the Bishop of Boya. If we did not have information that came to the National Episcopal Conference to explain that this is the result, what was the reality, this was not the reality, what do you expect us to talk? And that's why I say that, people have some fixed ideas in their mind. And if the church doesn't act like that, they are offended. But they don't need to be. Because the church cannot just hear rumors and gossips here and there and go and also make a statement. But if the church has statistics, if there was any candidate after that election that came with all the statistics in all the 307 polling stations and said these are the original statistics to the Episcopal Conference, bishops, people should sit down, this is the reality and all the rest, that would have maybe been a different thing. We'll sit down and we'll look at it, then we can make a statement on what has been presented to us. And we can even challenge the government that these are other results, that if we see that all the documents were in order and there was another person that won the election, we can say, from these statistics that we have received, name all the places, all the polling stations, and give all the statistics and say, this is the situation. But even our observers, they went to 202. They didn't go to 105. So we could not even have the totality of what was there.
My Lord, please. Without cutting you short, we actually have so much in store. But my Lord, opposition leader Issa Chiroma Bakare published his own results, claiming these are the perceivable, and he's showing that he won in 18 major towns and all of that. But the government said those results were faulted. They've been stuffed and they're faulted. And so it wasn't regarded. Even at the level of the National Vote Counting Commission, he made such claims, but he was not accepted. And so his own his own representative there had to withdraw. And so the government said all those results were not correct. So we are in the face of results presented by the state, by the national structures for elections, and then the one from opposition leader. In between all of this, does the church just go to the one presented by the state, or the church had considerations from the one presented by the opposition leader?
My point is this, Yannick. You have to understand that the church is in between. The electoral code in Cameroon gives procedure for how elections are carried out, how they are supposed to be counted, how they are supposed to report, and when the results are supposed to be proclaimed. And as I say, if the president is the president of the LECAM, whoever is the person, if they have their own statistics, and Mr. Issa Chiromatu had his own statistics, before they even went to the Constitutional Council, those are things that they should have fought for. As I say, if the results you are talking about was, say, brought to the bishops, and the bishops, through any means, could identify the authenticity of what is presented to them, then the bishops could make another statement. But we don't have any results like that. They were all shown over social media, like many other things over social media. Like many other things over social media. So we cannot pick on social media information and react on it. The bishops are a constituted body, and we don't talk cheap. We talk when we know that we have our facts that are verifiable and that we cannot be contradicted.
Many feel that the reason why there is rising voice coming from social media is because of the censorship, some censorship going on the mainstream media. And so many people have now picked up the social media as the last bus stop for them to express themselves on national issues.
They have the right to express themselves. But social media is there. People are free to express themselves over the social media. And whatever we get over the social media, we have to shift it well. We have to examine it well. Because just as the social media gives us lots of truth and realities in life, that defamation of characters, and that if I want to be right to express yourself. We talk about censorship. I follow DMR TV. I follow My Media Prime. I follow the other TV stations. I see the people talk freely. I see the people talk freely. I see the way they exchange their views. So the way they do it, that's the same thing they do over the social media. But as I say, when and grievances on issues. But if I on the ground have concrete realities that I need to talk about, that I need to handle, you think I'm going to do that? If I don't have it, I cannot talk cheaply. Because social media, a good number of people there are cheap talkers.
Okay. My Lord, let's go to the text messages.
Now, this other text message says, Augustine teaches that pastors must speak truth in a way that builds peace rather than stirs chaos. A word spoken without prudence can wound the flock more than silence can. It is for the reason that the bishop insists that the church must speak consistently without endangering lives or deepening division. That's a contribution, and it's coming from Reverend Father Joseph Ngome. This other one, it says, this one says, why did the church not release the results they had from their representatives during presidential election? is coming from
the results that the observers had and that they brought in from the normal counted on sheets of paper, those were not official results for the church to release. And it's not the work of the church to release. Because the places where the people voted, everybody they counted and they knew what came out of it. I voted in Boyaye, and after that, in the evening, when they counted, I was told the situation of the polling station where I was. And if that is sent to the observer that was in Boya, if they send that to they write a small sheet of paper and said 200 people voted for this, 100 for this, 50 for this, 25 for this, should we go and publish it? Everybody who are there, they have it.
Right.
Yes, they have it. So if people voted and their votes were not reflected at the level of Elekam, they should have walked up to Elekam, to wake up to the Elekam officials and say, this is what we have in our hands. This is what we are proclaiming, which is not correct.
Right. If the bishop cannot speak for what happened in Batibo because he was not there, but he makes reference to the letters the bishop sent, in which they mentioned points on issues that happened in places where they were not there, where is the consistency? This is coming from journalism trainer Leslie Ngwa.
Yes, the consistency is there. We sat and I mentioned that those who went for the observing, they came back, gave their reports. We believe them because we send them to go and do and bring to us. In Batibo, I will not know whether I had any observer there or not because I'm not the president of that commission. For the 202 polling stations that were there. So you want me to talk about Batibo having 5,000 voting and all the rest? I didn't send.
He's talking about the bishops entirely. Like the bishops were able to make reference to areas they were not there, but they cannot be able to decipher whether.
There were 307 polling stations. We're in 202. In the 105, we cannot make a statement. So where is the inconsistency? I'll make a statement in a place that we're not there. And the Northwest and the Southwest, you know very well, that there was lockdown for 1 month, almost 10 days. And those were areas that observers did not go. And those were areas that people voted. So how do you expect? It's like you are forcing me to say something that I don't have the competence to say. I'm very, very consistent. Yes.
Let's continue with the questions. This other one, this says, greetings, my lord. My name is Vitalis, writing from Atlanta, USA. This is my question to you, my lord. Elections took place in the entire Archdiocese of Bamenda, the entire Anglophone regions, and Elekam came up with some numbers that even looked like they were massive turnout. My concern that I need clarification is that when the church is silent in the face of such injustice, what exactly is its use? That's the first question.
Yes, Vitalis, I think as far as that question is concerned, you will have to elections took place. I am in Fako. We had elections here. I can talk about Fako because I saw people going and voting as they did in other places. In the Northwest and the Southwest region, there were ghost town, and the presumption of that there will be no elections. But elections took place. And in some of the places in the Northwest and the Southwest, people were able to vote. But in some other places, people were not able to vote. And where people could not vote, I don't know how results came out from those places. Either the results were faked, or people were brought in to vote, or what. I cannot talk about what I do not know.
That's right. The second question is about the situation that happened in Bamenda on the 15th of November. It says that the Christians raised concerns when the nuncio made some statements that why are the church leaders not talking about this?
What do you want the church leaders to talk about it? What do you want the church leaders to talk about it? The nuncio was in Bamenda for the rededication of the cathedral, and in his normal way of greeting and acknowledging the people who were in church, he mentioned the name of the head of state, and the people grumbled. That grumbling was a sign of their dissatisfaction with the name that was called. The people have a right to express themselves. And after we got that noise in the church, the nuncio just reminded them, I am the apostolic nuncio. And they clapped, and we continued. The fact that there was that reaction in church was also a clear sign that this is maybe true, that in some areas where voting took place, or in some areas there was no voting, but that numbers were given to indicate that people voted. As I say, we have no statistics to prove, to say anything. But that noise, of course, was a clear sign that the person that was called as the president was not, the people didn't identify with the person. And the people, they have a right to do that. It was spontaneous. It came naturally. Nobody planned it, which is also a serious indication that fundamentally there is a problem. Indication that fundamentally there is a problem.
Right. Now, we'll slow an end of this program, but my Lord, we have to talk about the security situation, especially in the two English-speaking regions, because, I should say, by virtue of being a leader of the church in this part of the region, you have had your own fair share of the consistent inconsistencies that are happening in the two English-speaking regions. And just recently, priests of the Archdiocese of Bamenda were kidnapped. And this is the growing reality of the two English-speaking regions. Priests work in very difficult situations, and they've become a target from both sides of the divide. How is the church handling all of this?
Yes, it was a sad situation that some priests and a layperson were kidnapped. From the letter that the Archbishop of Bamenda wrote, and of course, after that, some were released. But one person, Father John Berunitata, who is still in captivity. And I want just to use this medium to talk to all my brothers and my sisters, Cameroonians, those in the Northwest and the Southwest region, that let us be converted. Let us be converted. Whether it's a kidnapping of a priest or a bishop or a Christian or a citizen, whoever, to kidnap people, to go keep them, to ask for a ransom is not the best thing to do. And when you look at the church, we have given our lives for the service of the people. The priest is there for the people. We have nothing for ourselves. We are there to serve the people. And if you decide to go and kidnap the priest with a lay person, and after that you want to release, you are keeping one person, I don't think it is good. I'm just appealing, I'm pleading to the people who are responsible that Father should be released up to work for the people. There was no university in Dop. People were with the crisis. Even the people in Dop could not manage to come to Bamenda to go to job and help this our who cannot come to town to go to a university. Then the person that they send to come and help is painful. I'm pleading, I'm appealing to those who are keeping Father John. Myself, I'm appealing to our elites that if there's any way that we can facilitate and let this priest come out of good. And I want to make a general appeal to those of our brothers or sisters who are involved in kidnapping, that it doesn't speak well of us. We're already going through a lot. We are going through a lot of suffering. We are going through a lot of pains. We are struggling to have our daily bread. And the suffering with us. There's no parish anywhere that has been closed because of this crisis. The priests are living even in miserable conditions because they want to alleviate the level of suffering of our people. The priests need to be encouraged, which means that if they're in and carrying out their ministry, I'm really pleading that people should not be kidnapped. Not to talk of priests. Let us try to make sure that we respect people, their dignity. I'm really pleading that those who are responsible for this kidnapping, let Father be released. Let anybody who is in the keeping of any other person because of kidnapping, let them be released, because we are adding suffering on the tree.
My Lord, please, I don't know, you may not be able to react to all the concerns. There are quite many, but if we can permit us do a rush read of many some are questions, and then you just do your general conclusion. Maybe you can answer some. Let's go very quickly. Greetings, my Lord. Greetings, Yannick. I am following the program with keen honoring the invitation from the presidency to show that they were with the people. Honoring the invitation was an indication that they care less about the plight of the people. I wish Moliko Boya. Okay, that's thank you very much. This other one very quickly. Greetings, my Lord. I think people are pointing fingers because they saw you in Yaoundé social media, saying a bishop all right. There are lots of things we have to be censoring. For the person continues by saying it is said all over social media that the bishops collected bribe. Can you read such comments online if you're given an opportunity to read it on air, please? You have to censor your words yourself, please. It says, good evening, please. I wish to also ask the sent to me, okay, and the person continues, greetings, my Lord, with all the irregularities at the presidential elections result which was published online with facts accompanying with videos, what can you say about it? Or those videos were also fake? It's coming from EPA, writing from Douala. And this other one, my Lord, greetings, thanks for the clarification, but my advice to the government is that when next they are to organize elections, they should allow it in the hands of the church if truly they have the people at heart. What they need in our nation is the truth. Thanks. It's coming from Simbo Gerardine Nanu. Thank you very much. This other one, good evening, my Lord. It's coming from Karin, writing from Boya. Majority of people write the studio are trying to force their words on the bishop. That's what Karin is saying. Thank you, Karin. This other one, good evening, sir. My name's Chinji Francis Kefi from Boya. My question to the bishop is, the report that his observers brought from the ground shows that who won? We are Catholic Christians and we were there and we voted for change and our votes were stolen. All right. It says that are Catholic Christians or priests not imbatable? That's the question. Chinji Francis is asking. Yes, we're soon going to wrap up. This other one, it says, greetings, my Lord. Why did the church not release the results they had from their representative during the presidential election? Ferdinand from Bamida. My Lord, your place day. I love your articulation and the truth of God. And it says, my Lord Bishop, Thank you very much. Ferdinand from Bamenda. Thank you, Ferdinand. This one. Good evening, my lord. You people sent observers to monitor the elections. We want to know if the feedback showed that CPDM won in the northwest and southwest regions. Valley, writing from Bamenda. And this other one. Okay. So we have so many comments. It says, bonsoir, monseigneur. Comment faire pour que les communications dans l'église soient plus fluides pour que l'information catholique puisse être disponible en temps? Comment l'église compte-t-elle aider les fidèles dans l'engagement politique par la création d'un parti politique chrétien, et ce que l'Église qui est au Cameroun pourrait encourager une telle initiative? It's coming from Alfred Beer. I'm sure the information is understood. Yes, the message has been passed. Information is understood. We're going to read all the comments, and my Lord is going to react to them as he concludes, because we don't have time. We're having quite a good number of comments, and we want to do justice by reading all of them. We'll just wrap up with these two. Given that there is a Peace and Justice Commission at NEC, it's but right and just that electoral results from all polling stations in Cameroon be sent to NEC through their observers. Can the same bishops who were invited by the SG at the presidency request for these results? Peter Fonji, writing from Boya. Good evening to you, Yanni. Good evening, my Lord Bishop. This program is timely. My Lord, even if you put out your head to the gallows, there are people who will still criticize the church. Thanks for all the clarifications coming from Madame Vero from Mount Carmel Junction in Muya. This one. Good evening, my Lord, the Bishop of Boya. I wish to thank the church through the bishops of all what they have done to keep this country in peace. And I believe that without the prayers of the Christian faithful, our situation would have even been worse. I believe prayers and repentance can solve our situation, not violence and politics. From Katakisong Ivo Chamo, from Ikasa Parish, Diocese of Kumba. Yes, my Lord, to be very candid, we have quite a good number of messages. I think that we are definitely going to wrap up that. Thank you so much, my Lord. We are taking a leave, so we want to get your summary conclusion.
Thank you very much, Yannick. I just thought it was important for me to join you this evening for this program. I cannot satisfy all the desires and the wishes of the people, especially as far as these elections are concerned. And of course, the church is apolitical. We are for everybody. We cannot form a political party, as somebody was suggesting there. And at the same time, I want to assure the population that the church is there for them. When I talk about the church, I'm not only referring to the Catholic Church. I'm referring to the Presbyterian Church, to the Baptist Church, to all the Christian churches that are standing up for justice, that are making sure that we have justice in the world and in our communities. I also want to talk about our brothers in the Muslim faith, because they too, they stand for truth, they stand for justice. And I think that together we have been working in order to see how we can make our country to be a better place. We have challenges in Cameroon. We have difficulties in Cameroon. We know that. And that is why I've always said that it is not the insults in the social media. It is not the criticisms in the social media. It is not the violent attack on people's persons in the social media that is going to change Cameroon. What is going to change Cameroon is that we Cameroonians, we must kneel down before God and continuously pray and hand over our challenges to Him, while we are making our own efforts to take measures in order to see that things get better. At the same time, let us be united in prayer. Let us pray for our country. Let us pray for a conversion of heart for all of us Cameroonians. And I'm not only thinking about those who are working in the government or even in the church, even in the society. The corruption that we practice at our different levels, back in families, our places of work, our own parishes, our dioceses and all the rest. We need to pray for a conversion of heart. And we're in the period of Advent. And the church calls us during this Advent period to a change of heart, to forgiveness, to reconciliation, and to see how all of us as one person. There's nobody who hates Cameroon. We all love this nation. I want to make this nation to be a place that is better. If people are running out of the country and going outside there, because they're looking for greener pastures. And it's not easy outside there too. But in our nation, if we work together and take measures and put our heads together, we can develop our nation in such a way that others will be running to come to Cameroon to have good conditions. It is my prayer, it is my wish that we continue to pray for a change of heart, we continue to pray for good tidings, we continue to hope. Pope Francis asks us to hope, the year of hope. We have to continue to hope. Let us not, one of the sins against hope is despair. When you give up, thinking that there's nothing coming again. No, hope is always expecting that there are better days that are coming ahead. And I'm sure they are coming. Let us not be carried away by some of the weaknesses or errors that we may have lived. But let us be hopeful. Let us trust in God. And God's time will always be the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my Lordship, for that. We're definitely going to have you some other time. And to you, dear viewers and listeners of DMR TV, it is on this note we come to the end of this special edition of Mountain Echoes. We had with us His Lordship Michael Bibi, the Bishop of the Diocese of Boyam. He spoke truth to power, to the appeal and to the satisfaction of many who watched us. And definitely we're going to have this kind of conversations quite too often to shed light on some societal issues. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Yannick Funky. On a very special note, I want to thank all those who put together resources to ensure that this program was a success today. And more especially to the station manager of GMR TV, Joyce Bong, together with all the other team members for putting together a successful program. And to you, dear viewers who participated, we appreciate your great work. Keep watching GMR TV. We share the light of hope. Good night.
Se lève avec foi.
Un Kairos, un événement qui devait transformer le laïcat de notre pays. Du 5 au 7 décembre, tous ceux qui sont engagés dans l'apostolat des laïcs, au niveau des diocèses, notamment les prêtres qui en assument la responsabilité, au niveau national, notamment les responsables des confréries, des associations, des mouvements, sont attendus.
C'est une occasion à ne pas rater. Je crois que nous tous, laïcs, c'est nous qui sommes concernés. Si nous ne prenons pas en main notre contribution, notre participation à l'Église, alors notre avenir n'a pas de sens.
Nous attendons pour que nous puissions nous asseoir, prier, voir comment nous devons avancer en eau profonde dans la joie pour porter notre Église, pour améliorer notre manière d'être témoins et missionnaires du Christ.
pour porter haut sa noble voix. N'ayez pas peur, avancez au large, où souffle l'esprit, portez son message, rayonnez la joie de l'évangile, pour que l'amour devienne un fil. Unis dans l'amour, unis dans l'espérance, sous la lumière de Marie, guidés jusqu'au soir de nos vies. Debout pour servir, debout pour bâtir le royaume de paix, à jamais grandi. From the mountains to the vast savannas, our hearts sing as one single soul. Beneath the star of Mary, let us all advance without chains. Même dans l'ombre, l'espoir s'élève, le cœur en feu, jamais il ne s'achève. Par nos mains, par nos voix, grandit l'œuvre de notre foi. Unis dans l'amour, unis dans l'espérance, sous la lumière de Marie, guidés jusqu'au soir de nos vies. Debout pour servir, debout pour bâtir le royaume de paix, à jamais grandi. Écoutez l'appel, l'écho du ciel, marchons, peuple choisi, portons la flamme de la paix pour l'infini. Unis dans l'amour, unis dans l'espérance de paix, à jamais grandi. Écoutez l'appel, l'écho du ciel, Marie, portons la flamme pour l'infini. Sur cette terre bénie des cieux, où souffle l'Esprit de Dieu, le laïcat se lève avec foi.
Notamment les prêtres qui en assument la responsabilité au niveau national, notamment les responsables des confréries, des associations, des mouvements sont attendus.
C'est une occasion à ne pas rater. Participation à l'Église, alors nous aurons notre avenir n'a pas de sens.
Nous attendons pour que nous puissions nous asseoir, prier, voir comment nous devons avancer en eau profonde dans la joie pour porter.
Sur cette terre bénie des cieux,
Engagés dans l'apostolat des laïcs au niveau des diocèses, notamment les prêtres qui en assument la responsabilité, au niveau national, notamment les responsables des confréries.
Alors nous aurons notre avenir n'a pas de sens.
Nous attendons pour que nous puissions nous asseoir, prier, voir comment nous devons avancer en eau profonde dans la joie pour porter notre Église, pour améliorer.
sur cette terre bénie des cieux, où souffle l'Esprit de Dieu, pour porter haut sa noble voix. N'ayez pas peur, avancez au large, souffle l'Esprit, portez son message, rayonnez la joie de l'Évangile, pour que l'amour devienne un fil. Unis dans l'amour, unis dans l'espérance, sous la lumière de savannas. Our hearts sing as one single soul beneath the star of Mary. Let us all advance without chains, même dans l'ombre. Le cœur en feu, jamais il ne s'achève. Par nos mains, par nos voix, notre foi. Unis dans l'amour, unis dans l'espérance, sous la lumière de Marie, guidés jusqu'au soir de nos vies. Debout pour servir, debout pour bâtir le royaume de paix, à jamais grandir. Écoutez l'appel, l'écho du ciel, marchons ensemble, fidèles et zélés. Cameroun debout, peuple choisi, portons la flamme de la paix pour l'infini. Unis dans l'amour, unis dans l'espérance, sous la lumière de Marie, guidés jusqu'au soir de nos vies. Debout pour servir, debout pour bâtir le royaume de paix, à jamais grandir. Hark the calling, the echo from heaven. Let us walk together, faithful and zealous. Cameroon, arise, chosen people. Let us carry the flame for eternity. Écoutez l'appel,